Alright, so it's probably like 11 o'clock tonight, and I'm back on this door again, trying to figure out this clearance. I don't know why I keep tackling this shit, but anyway, so my situation is that I think I'm going to change this top. I'm going to do that red line in the center. I don't necessarily have to trim it back that far. I actually can stop right here and have my clearance not be good. But I just like the way this, actually I like the blue line, but that's a little aggressive, I think. And sometimes an inch can make a difference. So I think I'm gonna back that up, have more clearance to be able to get in the car. So I'll probably cut this tomorrow. It'll flow down to this line. The challenge is right here. I'm good. The challenge is right here. This shit hits the pillar. I got clearance now. This is the big issue before. I didn't have clearance for the hinge to be sitting in here for the actual glass or for the windshield. Now I have that because, you know, a 1/4 inch is about what you want to margin for a windshield. So I've been whacking away at my pillar, and so this goes in here. You want to have like an 1/8 inch, I guess, away from the actual door. So all the rest of this right here would have to be filled in. Well, I changed it a lot for the other side. So this has to be glassed in. It has to be glassed in to about right here. So I ain't got to recreate that line. So all the rest of it behind it has to be filled in here. But the problem is when you lift the door up, it makes contact right here. It doesn't clear because of the lip back here that holds the weather stripping in there. So one or two things. Oh, and then I still get some contact right here, so I'm gonna have to cut this back, which is not a big deal. It's not reshape. I mean, it reshapes the door. I even thought about doing a curve, but I was like, it's too much. It's too much. So I'll drop this back. It's real subtle. Nobody will know any difference, but I have clearance, so I know how to manipulate that. I'm cool up here in the center, cool down here. This has to be cut away. But of course that keeps in the thing with the door, so that's not an issue. So at this point I just have to figure out how am I going to do the weather stripping for the window thin enough for it to be nice and solid, and then clear the pillar. I got to come up with something altogether different. So here comes poking around on the internet and finding out what's out there or whatever. I know it has to be done because there's weather stripping for every pocket on a car. However, it might have to be significant because that's a door window. Like, I don't know. Or I'm going to have to figure out some kind of receiving female end for when this window comes up. That's the way it is on a Corvette right now. It literally comes up to a lip. So that means if I bring it out a 1/4 inch, it still receives the window, and then I can alleviate this inch that sticks out in the back. So if I do that, then that means I have to mock it up, see what it looks like, see how it flows. But anyway, that's where I'm at. Well, I'm about to call it for a night. And shit, give me some sleep. But I'm in the game. I mean, it does open. Everything still lines up. This is smooth. That's straight. It's straight on the side. The door back here is still good, even with movement. You know, so I'm in the rough. I always practice in the rough. I know I'm not dialed up, you know, looking all cool, but you got to go through this and I guess have a variance so that way you can figure out what you're going to do next.